Number 6. Gene and the Panda Patrol is a 1994 animated TV series created by Beijing Golden Panda Animation Company and dubbed and produced by Saban Entertainment. It follows the exploits of Gene is a panda living in Pandaland. His home ends up destroyed by Grimster, a henchman of the evil Dr. Mania. Dr. Mania plans to regress the Earth back to its primitive times before humans had developed over parts of nature. Now Gene travels to stop the plot of Dr. Maniac, find the new Pandaland, and even save some endangered species along the way. Just like our previous entry, ownership of the series passed to Disney in 2001 when Disney acquired Fox Kids Worldwide, which also includes Saban Entertainment. Gene and the Panda Patrol ran for 26 episodes. Number 5. Beethoven. Beethoven is a 1994 American Saturday morning cartoon television series loosely based on the 1992 motion picture of the same name. The series was produced by Northern Lights Entertainment and Universal Cartoon Studios and aired for one season on CBS Saturday mornings, with 13 episodes with two 10-minute segments produced. Dean Jones, who played Dr. Varnick in the film, voiced the role of George Newton. Nicole Tom, who played teenage daughter Rice in the film and Beethoven II, was the only cast member from the films to reprise her role in the series, partly due to her presence in CBS's own prime-time series, The Nanny, in where she was contractually obliged to portray the Maggie Sheffield character. The show follows the exploits of the Newton family, their Saint Bernard dog, Beethoven, who gets in different mishaps time after time. When not with the Newton family, Beethoven spends time with three other dogs, Sparky, the stray from the first film, Ginger, and Caesar. Unlike the film, Beethoven has a speaking voice, at least among the other animals. The same plot was used in another animated series, Free Willy, where the main character also could talk. The show was executive produced by Ivan Reitman of Ghostbusters and Space Jam fame. Other credited producers include Paul Germain, who would go on to produce such classics like Nickelodeon's Rugrats and Disney's Recess. Number 4. Free Willy. Free Willy is an animated television series inspired by the 1993 film of the same name. The television show was produced by Warner Brothers Television, Regency Enterprises, Canadian company Nelvana, and French company Le Studio Canal Plus for Warner Brothers Studios. The show continues the adventures of the killer whale Willy and Jesse, the boy who freed him from captivity as shown in the film. In retrospect, the series also anticipates multiple plot elements of the film sequel, Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home, released the following summer. The plot centers around Jesse, who has been adopted by his foster parents, the Greenwoods, and they have moved from Seattle to the Pacific coast. He is given a job at the Misty Island Oceanic Reserve, a local wildlife rescue and research institute where Randolph, his Native American mentor from the movie, now works. In the first episode, Jesse discovers he has the ability to talk to animals and understand their speech. Randolph, a Haida, explains that he is a truth talker. This revelation allows for Willy and the other sea creatures featured in the show to have full personalities and more prominent roles in key plot events. Jesse and Randolph work with Mr. Noggle, the head biologist, and Marlene, a research assistant, who are studying Einstein, a dolphin, and Lucille, a seal, teaching them behavioral communication with normal humans. In the animated series where the sea animals can talk, including Willy, Jesse is the only one who could talk to Willy and the sea animals. The main villain of the series, similar in personality to Captain Ahab, is a cyborg called the Machine, who holds Willy responsible for his loss of an arm and part of his face. It was initially implied that Willy had bitten them off, but a flashback revealed that his submarine was destroyed upon encountering Willy, hurling him into another ship's screw propeller. His appearance recalls Locutus of Borg and the Phantom of the Opera. When not using his new submarine to create environmental havoc, he dons a mask and glove, perhaps a nod to the contributions of Michael Jackson to the films, for disguise and continues to run an oil company under his former identity, Rockland Stone. Number 3. Conan and the Young Warriors. Conan and the Young Warriors is a 1994 American television animated series produced by Sunbow Entertainment, a company that started out producing animated commercials for G.I. Joe. The show aired on CBS as a sequel to the popular animated series Conan the Adventurer, but featuring a different set of characters, besides Conan. With Rathamon vanquished and his family returned to life from living stone, Conan thought that his questing had finished. However, now he has to train and protect the Chosen Ones, a trio of new young warriors who are in possession of magical star stones, until the time comes in which they are destined to rule over Hyboria. Aside from Conan's character design, which is identical to the one in Conan the Adventurer, this series has a few small links to its predecessor. Occasionally, a trumpet line piece of background music mirroring the theme to Conan the Adventurer is used. At one point, a character uses Zulu's trademark sign of Jebelsag to summon animals to help them. Conan once seeks out a wizard he claims Grey Wolf of Xanthus told him about. He also mentions that he once knew a firebird and jokingly claims that he ate him. The fact that Conan's sword is made of metal from the stars is mentioned several times, a reference to the original series in which a major theme was that Conan's sword was made of a magical star metal. The cartoon at its time felt dumbed down. Conan seemed less savage and more inclined to put across strong morals, which lead to the show being pretty much a snore fest with its younger viewers. It lasted only for one season of 13 episodes. Number 2. Problem Child. Problem Child is an animated television series co-produced by Universal Cartoon Studios, Dokkan Films Productions for Season 1 and Lacewood Productions for Season 2, and based on the Problem Child films. The series was first premiered on USA Network, part of USA Cartoon Express block. A significant feature has the late Gilbert Gottfried, who you may also know as the voice of Iago in Disney's Aladdin franchise, reprising his role of Igor Peabody from the films. This makes him the only actor in every film in the series and the cartoon. The cartoon follows the exploits of 10-year-old Junior, continues his not-so-evil adventures with his father, Little Ben Healy, who is now a police officer, and his new friend, Cindy in Tow Valley. Junior continues to make life miserable for those who get in his way, like his principal Igor Peabody and Junior's grandfather Big Ben Healy, with pranks and mischievous ideas. The show ran from October 31st, 1993 until the final episodes airing in December 4th, 1994. Number 1. The Head. The Head is an American science fiction adult animated television series created for MTV. By Celebrity Deathmatch creator Eric Fogel, The Head is the story of Jim, a trade school student in New York City who awakens one morning to find that his cranium has enlarged to mammoth proportions. A week later, out bursts Roy, a little purple alien with an odd sense of humor who has taken up residence in Jim's head. Roy needed a place to stay to adapt to the Earth's environment while on a mission to save the world from a power-hungry alien named Gork. Roy explains that there are two races of symbiotic aliens, his own, which is mutualistic, and Gork's, which is parasitic. Aiding Jim and Roy are Jim's girlfriend, Madeline, his personal physician, Dr. Richard Axel, and a group of human anomalies. The group consists of Ray, a landscaper who has a lawnmower blade lodged in his skull, Mona, a beautiful young woman with a short tail, Ivan, a Russian who has a mouth in his chest, Raquel, who has an enormous nose and buck teeth which give her a slightly rat-like appearance, Earl, who has a fishbowl in his mouth, Chin, a long-limbed former freak show performer from China, and the annoyingly normal head of the group, Shane Blackman. A notable aspect was that it was the first ever voice acting role for legendary voice actor John DiMaggio. who would later go on to voice iconic characters like Bender Jake the Dog from Adventure Time and Marcus Phoenix from the Gears of War franchise. After the initial 13 15-minute installments had aired, MTV's Oddities began airing another series, entitled The Max. When The Max had finished airing, the head returned with a 15-minute recap of Season 1, The Pasquale Mendoza Show, and a new season of 30-minute episodes, but the focus often shifted from Jim and Roy to the other human anomalies they had befriended. The second season lacked the serialized story structure, and each episode began with a secondary opening sequence, following the Oddities credits, which introduced the characters/premise. Shortly after the second season finished airing, the head, along with MTV's Oddities, vanished from the airwaves. Thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment below on how you feel about the list.